Oh, yes. 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 They did it. They did it. We all doubted them after the start to the road trip, but they found a way. They found a way. They found a way to clinch a playoff spot. I'm happy. I am just happy. The drought's over. The 10-plus year drought is over. The Phillies are down. Well, they're in the playoffs. They clinched a wild card berth. And it's still yet to be decided whether they make the third or the second wild card spot. Really just depending on what the Padres do in their games. But the Phillies, they got the job done. They got the job done. Kyle Schwarber, 2 bombs. Bryson Stott with a home run. And let's not forget what this man that started this game for this team, a man that has been criticized every September. Every September, he's been criticized. He knew the pressure that was labeled on him. He came out on that mound today in Minute Maid Park, and he was a man on a mission. Aaron Nola was simply fantastic in this game. Aaron Nola was amazing. Aaron Nola had a perfect game through 6 innings, 6 2/3, before everyone jinxed it. Aaron Nola was spectacular. And I'm fine with Rob Thompson taking him out for Jose Alvarado. I am completely fine with that. The bullpen shut it down the rest of the way. Jose Alvarado getting the job done in the rest of the 7th and the full 8th inning. And also Zack getting the save in the bottom of the 9th. Just when you saw, you're creeping over to that Diamondbacks and Milwaukee Brewers game, you saw Diamondbacks go up 4-1 in that game, and you're thinking, oh, is Milwaukee just going to lose for us to clinch that wild card spot? Then you see them tie the game up in the bottom of the 9th. Going to extras, Diamondbacks take the lead again. But then the Brewers win it in the bottom of the 10th, and we're like, okay, Milwaukee's not going to lose this. It's up to us. It's up to us to clinch our own playoff berth. And they did exactly that, guys. They did exactly that. Oh, I'm relieved. I'm happy. I'm so happy for this team. I still hate the way they played in September, but they got the job done. They managed to get the job done, and that is the most important thing here. They got the most important thing here done. They didn't back up into the playoffs. Yeah, the Brewers did help them, losing that series to Miami. But after that Chicago Cubs series, which I absolutely despised, they win 3 out of 4 in Washington, and they come here the first game in Houston. They were playing their starters. Lance McCullers out there for Houston. Starting pitcher was nasty, but Kyle Schwarber going deep on the first pitch of the game, kind of think it set the tone for the guys out there. And I honestly think the offense didn't have that bad of a game. I thought the at-bats for Lance against McCullers were really good. I actually thought that. Definitely way better than their approach in the Chicago Cubs series. Way better. Schwarber, first pitch leadoff bomb the other way. I was like, yo, Schwarber wants this. And then I see Aaron Nola just retire to the side. Swing and miss Altuve. Swing and miss Alvarez. Jordan. Swing and miss Bregman. Striking out these guys. Ground outs here. Pop-ups here. Retiring the guys. Mowing them down. Aaron Nola was special. Aaron Nola was special in this game. He wanted to prove people wrong that he could pitch in a big game. And he did probably the most important game of the season. The most important game of the season. Because Milwaukee won that game. It was up to you guys to win. Aaron Nola got the job done. Bullpen got the job done. Kyle Schwarber got the job done. Bryson Stott got the job done. Bring on the playoffs, baby. Bring on the wild card. I'm pumped. I like I said, I hated how the way they played in September, but I am still pumped for playoff baseball. Don't get me wrong there. I'm still very excited for this team to finally be back in the postseason. It's amazing. Just imagine the two longest droughts in MLB. The true longest droughts, the Seattle Mariners and the Philadelphia Phillies. Seattle have 20 plus years. Phillies having 10 plus years. They both make it in the same year to end both of their droughts. I'm so. Oh, man. Like, I teared up after the game, man. I did. Because they got it done. They got it done. They finally ended the drought. They finally did. Now we got to see what they do in the postseason. And now they can take these next 2 days off, not play the starters. Some guys can get days off. Rhys can get a day off. Bryce can get a much needed day off. JT can get a day off. Segura can get a day off. Maybe Castellanos as well. You put some other guys in the lineup that, get the main guys some rest for the rest, next couple of days because the wild cards round does start this weekend. So it's important for these guys to get a couple of days rest here. Got the day off on Thursday. So, hey, got a lot to, be excited for here. Got a lot to be excited for here, boys. A lot. They did it. They did it. They did it. They did it. I'm happy. I'm so happy. If we want to look throughout the lineup in this game, Phillies scored their 3 runs. Kyle Schwarber, first pitch leadoff bomb to start the game. Then Bryson Stott in the 8th inning. Leads off the 8th inning with a line drive bomb that goes right over the wall. Then Kyle Schwarber follows that up with a back-to-back solo shot that goes to the moon. And that's all your runs. Aaron Nola, man. 6 2/3 innings, 2 hits allowed, 0 walks, 9 strikeouts on 88 pitches. The dude was special tonight. He was special. Special. And whoever thought the bright idea was to put the perfect game bit on top of the goddamn score bug, your ass needs to get fired for jinxing goddamn Aaron Nola's perfect game. That just would have put the icing on the cake. Aaron Nola getting a perfect game in today. But it didn't happen. That's just, icing on the cake there. Aaron Nola was great. Alvarado got 3 strikeouts in his inning in the 3rd, and Zack Eflin only needed 14 pitches. Like, he retired the first 2 guys in the 9th inning with 2 pitches. So that's how efficient Zack Eflin was. And think about how long Zack Eflin was here, too. Since the Jimmy Rollins trade, when they traded him to Los Angeles. They got Zack Eflin in that trade. He's been here for a while. Nola's been here for a while. You saw Rhys Hoskins in his postgame press conference shedding tears, finally getting over this hump. Gene Segura finally makes the playoffs. JT finally makes the playoffs. Bryce Harper finally in his Phillies tenure, clinches the playoffs, even though he was goddamn awful in September. Hopefully he finds a way to click it into another gear for the playoffs. Kyle Schwarber does look like he's getting hot at the right time. Couple of home runs in the end of that National Series. 2 home runs tonight. Maybe we're seeing a hot version of Kyle Schwarber. Bryson Stott, after the day off that he got in the final day of the Cubs series, he's been really good. Really good. He had 3 hits in this game with the home run. I am so happy. I am happy. We want to look at the lineup. Kyle Schwarber, amazing in this game. 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, 2 home runs, 2 walks. Rhys Hoskins didn't have a good day at the plate. He walked once, struck out twice. Bryce Harper had a single in this game. JT had a single in this game. Bohm goes over 4. Castellanos goes over 3 with a walk. Brandon Marsh goes 2 for 4. Gene Segura 0 for 4. And Bryson Stott 3 for 3 with a walk. Bryson Stott was great. Kyle Schwarber was great. Aaron Nola was fantastic. Aaron Nola was just simply amazing. And you were thinking to yourself, this is probably the better way. This is the better way. And I see John Middleton in the celebration with the boys hugging JT. He's getting doused in champagne on the post-game show. It feels better this way, getting the win to clinch instead of relying on the Brewers to lose. I feel like it feels even better Brewers, you came back and beat the Diamondbacks. Well, screw you because we just beat the Astros. So go golfing, you idiots, for losing a series to the Miami Marlins. Go golfing. Get out of here. You don't belong. We did it, boys. We did it. They got the job done. They got it. They got it. They got it. They got it. And you got your pitching matchup set up for the first two wildcard games in Zack Wheeler and Aaron Nola. Anything can happen with those two. Offense needs to step up for the playoffs. Kyle Schwarber looks like he's getting hot for the right time. Bryson Stott at 2. We need Rhys going. We need Bryce going. We need to find a way to get Castellanos woken up. I doubt that's going to happen now. Gene, his first action in the playoffs. JT, first action in the playoffs. Man. Star Wars says, who do I give the player of the game to? Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola, man. He was out there a man with a mission to prove the haters wrong, to prove the doubters wrong, and he was simply fantastic. He was sensational. He was special in this game. Special. He was fantastic. He was the main reason why they won this game. Main reason. And also, Kyle Schwarber taking the team on his back with the home runs. Bullpen was fantastic too, but Aaron Nola, man. Aaron Nola was amazing. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Just mowing down guys left and right. The Astros did eventually take their guys out like Dusty Breaker did say he would. He wasn't going to play everyone the whole game. But overall, striking out Altuve, getting your Don. Astros lineup is scary, man. And McCullers was nasty. McCullers out there for them was nasty. But you still got the job done. That's all that matters. And now you got 2 extra days here to rest your main guys before the day off on Thursday. And then the wild card series starts on Friday, depending on who you play. Whether it's St. Louis. Well, right now, the NL East still isn't fully decided. The Mets and Nationals game got postponed. And then the Braves lost to the Marlins. So right now, I believe the Braves are a game ahead of the Mets for first place, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, game and a half. So still technically, the Mets have 3 more games left. Atlanta has 2, but Atlanta, if they win 1 more game, they clinch the NL East. So we got to see what happens there because it's still not fully decided for that first wild card spot. But with the way it's looking right now, it's most likely going to be the Atlanta Braves clinching the NL East and the New York Mets getting that first wild card spot. And really depending on what the San Diego Padres do right now, they're currently in the bottom of the 7th inning, tied 0-0 with the San Francisco Giants. Right now, after this win, you are a half game behind the San Diego Padres. And say if they were to lose this game against San Francisco, you would be tied with them for the second wild card spot. And technically, yeah, these last 2 games would have meaning because for playoff placement, if you want to play the St. Louis Cardinals or if you want to play either of the Mets or the Braves, most likely the Mets. So it's really deciding on what you do these next 2 days. Next 2 days. Got to figure that out. Definitely got to figure that out. The Brewers thought. Man, I'm happy. I'm happy, man. I'm so happy. Fox freaking posted something on here. The last time the Phillies made the playoffs, Moves Like Jagger by Maroon 5 was the #1 song. Phillies were the only team to have 100 wins. Moneyball came out in theaters. Rebecca Black released the song Friday. Oh, God. Game of Thrones was released on HBO and Snapchat launched. Wow. It's been that long. It's been that long. My goodness. My goodness. My goodness. Man, I could cry. I did after the last pitch by Zach Eflin. I shed some tears. Just because I think about, going back to my uncle and all that stuff, my grandpa and all that stuff. They're not here now, sadly. Watching Phillies games with them all the time. So it makes me, it gives me a little bit of tears of joy there. Just makes me remember them. It does. It kind of does. And for a lot of, young fans that are getting into the Phillies, finally they get to see some playoff baseball. People that were born in the early 2010s, early 2000s, really didn't know what the Phillies were like in that 2007 to 2011 run because they were just too young to remember it. Now they get a taste of it. And they're going to want more. They're going to want more. Whew. Man. There's a video of Dave Dombrowski just covered in champagne with a backwards hat. Dave Dombrowski, man. He's a beautiful man. Beautiful man. Beautiful man. I gotta show you guys this video that I saw. This video of Dave Dombrowski. It's freaking hilarious. Where's it at? Where's that? It's him and Kyle Schwarber. Okay, let me get up for you guys here. Let's see. Share Chrome tab. This. Share this with you guys. Get the beauty of Dave Dombrowski in a backwards cap.
Definitely. I mean, number one from what I saw from him this year.
I'm sorry, but I have to interrupt you for 1 second.
Yeah. Hey, listen, guys, go celebrate. That's awesome. Michael, Dave Dombrowski's.
Oh, God. That's great. That's absolutely great. That's great content there. We're going to playoffs, boys. We're going to the playoffs. Bryson Stott just started a live video on Instagram. Oh, boy. They're going to celebrate tonight. Long playoff drought emptied. Oh, God, you got Alec Boehm with the gigantic case of beer. Miller Lights. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, my God. Wait, I gotta send this picture. That picture of freaking Dombrowski is amazing. They got over the nightmare. They did. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling overall. I just can't stop smiling, man. They're in the playoffs. I didn't think it was going to take this long. Freaking Clintack and McPhail era. They found a way, man. They found a way. They got it. Hated their September this year. It still got to be fixed. But they won at the right time. They got the job done. Aaron Nola stepped up when he needed to. Aaron Nola, man. I can't get over that Aaron Nola start. He was fantastic. He was sensational. My God, Aaron Nola was fantastic. Going to the playoffs, baby. We're going. Going to the playoffs. Let's go, baby. Let's go. See some guys here in the live feed. You can also leave a voicemail or a text message just sharing your excitement, 215-839-9885. Join in the fun. Just have a fun time right now. Share your thoughts on the Phillies playoffs. You can also utilize the live feed as well. It's basically your preference here. And if you do want to leave a text message or a voicemail, leave your name when you leave that message just so I can save that contact for future use. Chance for your voice to get heard on the stream. But, man, I want to hear everyone's thoughts here, man. Channel name playoffs. Let's go. Never a doubt. Cough, cough. Glad the Brewers came back to win so we didn't have to backdoor in. Yeah, I think it feels a little better. It definitely feels better getting in on a win. We somehow made it from Michael Tucci. Now let's go Giants beat San Diego and bring on the Mutts. We'll see what happens, man. It's worth the wait. Happy is the baseball playoffs. Kyle Schwarber's getting hot, which is good. Yeah, definitely. Big claps for Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola equals Mr. October. Only criticism is Rhys has to be moved out of the 2-hole. I don't think Rob's going to change the lineup going into the playoffs. Joseph says Gene needs to rest. Get Rhys out of the 2-hole. He is missing pitches. Now let's just enjoy the moment, boys. Hello, Brandon. How are you doing? Are you enjoying a Phillies playoff clinch? Scott says with Wheeler and Nola pitching games 1 and 2, who knows what will happen in that short series? Exactly. That's been one of the topics discussed basically the entire season. Having a wild card series 1 and 2 set up with Zack Wheeler and Nola. Now we just got to see what it comes to fruition. Nola showed up. Take all the bad things I said about him. I'm glad they didn't use Robertson. Alvarado should be the closer in the playoffs if needed, or Eflin. Yeah, I do think Alvarado right now I trust the most out of everyone in the bullpen. So we got to see what happens. Definitely got to see how Rob utilizes the bullpen. They did say Brad Hand could come back for the playoffs, so that's an extra arm for the bullpen. But still, I think Alvarado should be that late inning guy. McCutchen was the curse. Phillies now the Brewers. Even though the Mets are reeling, I want St. Louis more. I don't care who we play. I just want to play playoff baseball. That's my discussion there. How happy am I, Scott? How happy am I? I'm fucking pumped. I am pumped. I can run through a brick wall. I can run through a brick wall. I see Jose Alvarado lighting up the cigars. Let the boys enjoy their night. Let the boys enjoy their night. Oprah Winfrey was still in the air when the Phillies last made the playoffs. I believe the Angels now with the longest drought. I think it's the Angels and possibly the Detroit Tigers. Both have the longest playoff droughts. We beat a team tonight that's 104 and 56. If we can do that, we can beat anybody in the playoffs, 13 more wins, and we are champions. Yeah, I am a firm believer that anything, when you get into the playoffs, anything can happen. I'm definitely a firm believer of that. Yeah, but yeah, we just gotta wait and see. It's basically it there. Basically it there. The last time they won the World Series, they played Tampa Bay. Yep, exactly. That's how it is for me after the 1980 series. I was a 30-year-old who was crying on that strikeout to end Game 6. Man, I was in 5th grade when Brad Lidge striking out the final batter for the 2008 World Series. I was jumping up and down for joy. Family in the living room. My dad was downstairs. I heard him in the basement screaming. Ran on the Broad Street, celebrate with the Philadelphia crowd. Priceless. Priceless. Hopefully we get to experience that again sometime soon. Basically with any sports team. I just love that, the way people celebrate on Broad Street after teams win a championship. I've only experienced it twice. So I want to experience it again with the Phillies stuff and with the Eagles Super Bowl. I want to experience that again with the Eagles and the Phillies, and I want to experience that with the Sixers and the Flyers for all Philly teams. I do. If we get the second seed in the wild card, we will play the Mets. If we get the third, we will play the Cardinals in the first round. Yep, definitely. One thing they have is no pressure now, and who knows, maybe they can make a run. Yeah, definitely. The pressure goes to the team that's playing at home, honestly. So, Phillies are playing with nothing to lose, basically. Now, do you think Rob Thompson gets a contract? Yeah, I think he gets one. I think he gets a full year to see what happens. I don't think they're going to extend him long term. I think he gets one year contract extension. Can you believe we trust Alvarado? Yeah, that's how sensational he's been since coming up from AAA. That's how sensational he's been. He's been completely turned the whole corner. You can really say he's comeback player of the year, if not for Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols got 703 today, but Jose Alvarado, man, been the best reliever probably in baseball for a while. My daughter is 10. She wasn't born the last time they made it. Wow. Wow, man. Well, now, at least she gets to experience some Phillies playoffs. That's the bright side. Roy Halladay was on the team the last time they were. Yeah, Roy Halladay, Cliff Lee, Cole Hamels. Who else? J-Roll, Chase, Ryan Howard, Raul Ibanez against the St. Louis Cardinals. They lost that game 5, 1-0. Ryan Howard tore his Achilles. Nightmare of a time, man. That was a nightmare of a time for what it's set for. But that stretch from 07 to 2011, I'm never going to forget that. But I want to make new memories. I want to make new memories with the current Phillies squad. And I can't wait for that to continue. Definitely can't wait for that to continue. Man, I'm pumped. One thing we're going to say, the Houston Astros showed a lot of class after tonight's game was putting over the scoreboard. Oh, yeah. Houston did show a lot. I respect Houston for doing that. Definitely respect Houston a lot for that. If you live to 99, you may get to see the Flyers win it all. Well, here's hoping. Here's hoping. Don't get me started on the Sixers. It's been a long time since 83. Don't get me started with the Sixers. Don't get me started with the Flyers. Everything there, Scott. Like, come on, man. I was in 7th grade when the Sixers won. Skipped school for the parade. It was great. I want to experience that. I really want to experience that, everyone. With the other sports teams, with the Phillies and Eagles again. I really want to. I remember Halloween They closed schools that day because my school was like directly on Broad Street in the parade's path. So they closed schools for that day for the Phillies parade. I believe I was still in college when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and we convinced our professors to to cancel classes for those 2 days after the Super Bowl. And we had to work. Now they can justify improving more next year. I really think they could be. Yeah, I definitely do think Dave Dombrowski, especially after this year, convinces John Middleton to keep improving and spending money for this team. I do believe that, definitely. I feel like they would have done it regardless, but I think now that they made the playoffs, I think they're going to really want to hammer down on that. Imagine if Bryce gets hot. Ooh, if Bryce gets hot and he finds something, look out. Look out. How many games are the wild card play? 3 games. Wild card round is 3 games, best of 3. Dusty showed a lot of class taking his starters out. I'm sure the Brewers love Dusty for that. Their pitching is set up well versus the Cardinals' right-handed hitters. Yeah, we just got to see. Definitely got to see. Pujols, Wainwright, and Molina were on the St. Louis team who knocked the Phillies out in 2011. Nuts, they are still. Oh, yeah. That is crazy that they're still there. What was it? Was it yesterday, their final game in St. Louis? Like, technically for the regular season. So, maybe play the St. Louis Cardinals, get that revenge. Wait and see. Definitely we'll have to wait and see there. But, man, I am super pumped. I am super, 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 super pumped. We got it, boys. We got it. We got a Braves fan in here. John, good luck, Phillies. Thank you, man. Good luck to you as well. If the Phillies win the whole thing, are you going? Oh, no doubt I'm going to the parade. No doubt. No doubt, man. Milwaukee had their chance, and they screwed it. Losing to the Marlins. That's what you get for losing to the Marlins. Welcome back to the postseason. Thank you, man. It's been a long time coming. Long time. Long time, long time, long time. And I'm pumped for every single second of it. They did it, boys. They freaking did it. Can't believe it. I simply can't believe it. If San Diego loses their game tonight, the Phillies will take the second wildcard spot for right now as a half game or the... Yeah, definitely. Why is Michael Barkan still screaming? I don't know, Dad. I don't know, Dad. I don't know, man. The Marlins are the kiss of death to the National League. Well, definitely not the Diamondbacks. Definitely not the Diamondbacks in that back end of the bullpen. But hey, feels better. Feels better getting the win to clinch it. Definitely does. Man. Feels nice. It feels nice. So, very excited, boys, for the playoffs. Will I recap these last 2 games since they really don't matter? Maybe. Maybe I'll just do some quick things right here. So we'll definitely see how, it's going to take. A couple more comments here. Brewers fans aren't all that mad if the Phillies just their own team for underperforming. Well, that makes sense. The Brewers did technically choke their way. And are you going to get a hunt for Red October? Maybe. Maybe. Will Nola go on 4 days rests? Now, I think he pitches Saturday. Would that be 4 days rest? Wednesday, Thursday. Well, today's Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, that'll be 5 days rest. Yeah, maybe I'll get a Red October shirt. We'll definitely have to wait and see there. But I want to thank everyone here for joining tonight's stream. Definitely excited for some playoff baseball. We'll definitely be talking about that the next couple of days here. So definitely stay tuned for that. But right now, do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'd like to see those. Do not forget to drop a like on the video. Do not forget to check out everything in the description down below. Painted Lines, BrodesMedia. I recommend all of that. Same thing with hitting that subscribe button. It goes a very long way. Hit that subscribe button for Phillies playoff coverage and every other Philadelphia sports team. Also, use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Great deal. Do not pass that up. Don't forget to use that. Once again, everyone, thank you for joining tonight's stream. Phillies made the postseason. I'm pumped. We should all be pumped. Let's get ready for it. And I'll see you next time.